Shall we begin?
Let's begin now.
Hi everybody, it's Doreen, and I'm back today with the last card of the year. That's right everybody, this is my last card for the year, and it is a birthday card. And it is a birthday card for my father-in-law. So now, we will be using the Cricut and the Gypsy, but you can use just the Cricut. You don't need the Gypsy to make this card. And the cartridge that we will be using is the Close to My Heart Artiste cartridge. I'm also going to be using the Spellbinder Nestability dies. I'm going to be using the Basic A and the Basic B. So what does our card look like? This is the card that we will be making, and this is a swing out card. So come on and join me, and I'm going to show you how I made this card. Okay everybody, so I'm going to bring up the supplies so we can get started with the last card of the year. Can you believe it? The year is almost over. And I can't believe how many cards I've made. I've lost count. So now, as I said in the beginning of the video, we are going to be using the Close to My Heart Artiste cartridge. And we are going to be making the card that is on page 52. And it's going to be this card right here, and it may be a little bit difficult to see it. But what we're going to do is, you can use your Cricut for this because we're going to, no resizing, no aspect ratio being taken off, and we're not using the real dial size or anything. So I've just gone ahead and laid mine out on my Gypsy because that's how I cut my cards. So your card is going to be 5.5 inches. So you'll just set your measurement to 5.5 on your Cricut or your Gypsy, and it is going to be key number 22, but you'll need to hit the accent 4 first and then key 22, so it looks like this. So now once you have that cut out, it's going to cut out like this. Now I'm using double-sided paper, and I just want to give you a little hint. The side that you want to be the front of your card, you should lay face down on your mat. I found that out by mistake because I had this side facing up when I originally laid it down on my mat and cut it, and then I realized that I really wanted this to be the front of the card. So just as a note, remember, if you're using double-sided paper, place the side that you want to be your front of your card face down. So now I've already gone ahead and scored my score marks. Now if you don't like that the Cricut will put the tick marks in there, you can take those out. I don't mind that they're in there, so I just go ahead and follow those tick marks to score my card. So you're going to score down in the middle, and then you're going to score here and fold this back like so. And this is how your card will open. So this will be the inside of your card, and this will be the front of your card. So now the next thing that we want to do is we want to add our little banner that's going to be in the front here. So now this banner is on page 77, and it looks like this, and you're going to hit the accent 1. So to cut this out, because this also came with the stamp set for the banner, which is the Cricut Artiste Collection Birthday, and the stamps look like this, and I apologize for this glare, but right here on the stamp, it tells you up in the corner that you need to cut this at 2 inches in order for this stamp to fit within here. So you'll cut that at 2 inches. Now I'll tell you which key that is. That is going to be key number 47 if you're using your Gypsy, or if you're using your Cricut as well. So I've already set my height to be 2 inches, and I'm not doing anything with the aspect ratio of the real dial size. So let's go to that image, and that is going to be key number 47, and it looks like this. So you'll also have to make sure that you hit the accent 1 and then key 47 to get your banner. So I've already done that, and I've already went ahead and stamped out my image, and I used the CTMH Distress Ink, the walnut stain, and then I inked my edges with the Kiwi Kiss. So that is going to be placed right there. Now what I did was, because I wanted, when you open this up, for another one to be on the other side, I cut 2 of them. So let me get my second one out. And my second one looks like this. And then I took the stamp set that I have that is called Cherish the Day, and it is also by Close to My Heart. And what it has is the months of the year, and it has the numbers for you to put in the actual birth date, which is what I've done on this one. So now that one I'm going to have, and I've stamped it out with the walnut stain as well. I'm going to place that on the other side. So right now I just want to lay everything out. And I didn't want to leave this just plain, so I am going to put something on the front. But let's go ahead and get this tape down. So I'm just going to grab my Tombow. And as you can see, I stamped on the back of here, and that was because I was trying to decide which color I wanted to use. And I decided I like the walnut stain better than stamping it with the Kiwi Kiss. So I'm going to open this like so, and then I'm just going to line this up, because you want a small faint edge there at the top and on the side. And then I'm just going to press that down. So now I'm just going to add my second one right here. So I'm going to get some tape on here again, and I'm using a Tombow. And I'm going to lay that one down. So now it folds out like so, and like that. Okay, so now let's add our inside sentiment, or our inside layer. So now what I did for the inside layer is, once again, I am using the Nestabilities Card Creator, and for the inside I'm using layer B. Now I'm going to give you the measurements for what you need to cut your layer, and I'm also going to tell you which card creator that I am using for this layer. The other thing that I've also done is I've gone ahead and taken my Tim Holtz Alteration Sizzix embossing folder, and this is the clock one, and I've embossed my cardstock. And this is just some plain Recollections cardstock. So now we want to make sure we have our numbers going the right way. And I've inked my edges using the Stampin' Up! Kiwi Kiss. So now the measurements for this layer is 3 7/8 by 4 5/8. And the Card Creator die that I am using is the largest size, which I've labeled as B1. So that is the Card Creator that you will use, the largest size. So let's go ahead and get this tape down. And I think I'm going to use the Tombow for this. I'm sorry, the ATG gun. So I'm going to get my tape along on my edges. And then I'll get my tape in the middle. And then we'll just go ahead and add this to the card. So you should have about a quarter of an inch from your edge. So now the next thing I want to add is I want to add my little balloon. And the balloon is also from the Artiste cartridge. And it is on page 70. So let's go to page 70. And it looks like this. So now what I've done is I've cut this out at let's see, 1 3/4 inches. And the reason why I did that is because the stamp set that comes with the cartridge gives you the measurement just in case you want to stamp out. You want to cut the balloon out first and then you want to stamp on the balloon. So on the stamp set they have that this is on page 70 and that you can cut this out at 1 3/4 inches. Once you cut your balloon out, you can then also go ahead and stamp on it. So I didn't want to stamp on it because I decided to use the paper just use the paper. So I just went ahead and cut it at 1 3/4 inches. So I'm going to bring this up on the Gypsy so you can see what that looks like. So you'll just go ahead and cut it at 1 3/4. And what you'll need to do is you'll need to hit your accent 3 button, and then you'll need to hit key 40, and there's your balloon. Now I went ahead and hid this piece right here using the hide and contour feature. If you're using your Cricut, I don't think you'll be able to do that, so you'll have that piece in there, but it's okay, it doesn't matter. So the next thing that I did was I took some twine and glued it on the back of here, and then I just took a stick and curled the twine around the stick. So now I'm going to place this right here, and I think I want to have this pop up. So let me get some dimensionals on the back of here real quick, and then we'll add this to the card. Before I add my dimensionals, I've gone ahead and cut out my father-in-law's age that he will be turning for his birthday. So I've cut out 82, and I've just cut this using some of this cardstock, and then I went ahead and embossed it using the Recollections Clear Gold. So I'm going to add those numbers to my balloons, and then we'll take and pop it up with the dimensionals. So I'm just going to use my two-way zig pen. I caught it the right thing this time. And I'm going to get some glue on the back of here, and then I'm going to add the numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my tweezers to add the first number. And I'm going to line this up. Now these numbers I cut out using the Artiste cartridge, and what I did to make sure that they fit, so let me talk about that first before I add the other number, was I went ahead, and I'm going to blow this up so you can see it, and I laid out 82 at 1 inch at first, and then once I had it laid out, I just went ahead and just kept sizing down until I could get the 82 to fit within my balloon. So you can use the Artiste cartridge for that, and that ended up making the numbers 3/4 of an inch. So you just type in, or it will already be in there once you start downsizing it to fit within your balloon. So that ended up being 3/4 of an inch if you don't have the gypsy. So that's what you would set your Cricut for in order to get it within that space. So let's get some glue on the back of the other number, and we'll add that. And I'm just going to line this up using my tweezers, and then I'm going to press down. So now I am ready to add the dimensionals on the back of here. So I think I'm just going to put a couple. And then we'll take our tape backing off, and then we'll add these to this balloon to the card. So it looks like that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add our inside sentiment. So what I've done is I've stamped out "Hope your birthday as sweet as you." And this is also from the Cricut Artiste Collection Birthday stamp set. I really like this stamp set, so I'll be using this a lot next year, since I have all these birthday cards I have to make. And I've already gone ahead and marked where I want this to go, because what I want to happen is when you close the card down like so, you don't see the sentiment, just the balloon. So now, once I stamp this out, I used my card creator again, and this time I used letter A, and the size that this is cut is 1 1/8 by 2 1/4. And if you're using your card creator, this would be A7. And what I mean by A7 is I've labeled these. Your largest size starts at A1, A2, A3, and so forth. So this would be size A7. Okay, I apologize if the camera went out of focus. I'm not sure why it did that. So now I'm just going to line this up where I have it marked at, and I'm going to use my Tombow to put this down. And I stamped this using the walnut stain ink. So now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and put what I want on the front of the card, and then I will come back with the finished card. Okay, everybody, so I am back with the finished card, and what I've done is I've taken some ribbon and just put it down the front of the card, and then I've taken some buttons and glued those down to the bottom of the ribbon, and then I took these leaves and I went with the darker color so that it wouldn't look too much like bling, and it actually looks like Christmas colors, and his birthday is in December. So now the other thing that I've gone ahead and done is I've gone ahead and cut out the envelope that goes with this card, and the envelope is on page 52, and it's right here. So what you'll do is you'll hit your card feature, and then you'll hit key 22, and I've cut this out at 5.5 inches. Now I know it seems like that might not be the right size, because when you lay the 5.5 out on your mat, it looks like this, so it looks like it's going to be too big. But once it's folded up, the envelope will fit in the card. And then the other thing that I've done is I've gone ahead and taken the happy birthday, which is from the stamp set that came with the cartridge, and I've stamped out this using the walnut stain ink, and then I went ahead and stamped the little ribbon going down. I'm finding I really like this stamp set, so I'll be using this a lot next year. So that's it, everybody. This is the last card of the year. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.